We step into Freddy Fazbear's Pizza once again to uncover every secret and hidden detail in the final trailer for the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie. Don't miss anything, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications. Here are the 15 hidden details from the final trailer for the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie. Vanessa is visiting her father's house when she pulls out a box she's hidden in the closet. She starts taking out objects that don't seem to have much to do with each other until she pulls out the last one, the toy airplane that belonged to Mike Schmidt's brother Garrett. The marbles, the mirror, the notebook, and the plane are trophies William Afton kept from his victims after murdering them. A super grim detail that could help answer one of Five Nights at Freddy's biggest mysteries. It's possible that the box Vanessa takes from the closet is the same one that appeared at the end of the FNAF 4 video game, and that it was actually where William stored all these objects. Our first look at Skeet Ulrich as Henry Emily in the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie. Mike visits him so he can tell him more about William Afton's past through a set of newspaper clippings. His resemblance to the book illustrations is great, and it's also a very apt casting choice. He shared an antagonistic role with Matthew Lillard in the classic Scream. This time, they're not such good friends, though neither of them is exactly an angel. The final trailer for the second Five Nights at Freddy's movie ends with a special nod to the games. Foxy lunges at the camera, mimicking a jump scare like the ones in the FNAF games. This matches how the trailer for the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 video game ended, with Foxy leaping toward the camera in his jump scare. Throughout the video, you can hear the jump scare sound from the early FNAF games when Withered Chica appears, as well as Balloon Boy's laugh, warning that he's on his way. One of the details that caused the most controversy with the first FNAF movie has been fixed in its sequel. When the animatronics were first revealed, many fans were upset to see the eye design change from white light spots to red lights. Now in FNAF 2, justice has been done, and you can once again see the white light dots that so terrify players when the first games in the series launched. On one of the sheets lying on a table, you can see a sketch of the Freddy animatronic, but not just anyone, it's a construction schematic for Freddy Fazbear version 3.0. In Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic, you can see prototypes of the earliest animatronics built for Spring Bonnie and Fredbear. This would already be the third version, corresponding to the ones that appeared in the first FNAF movie. The scenes featuring Matthew Lillard are flashbacks from when Vanessa was a child. We can tell because the Spring Bonnie suit William Afton is wearing is spotless, so it's definitely not something that happened after the ending of the first Five Nights at Freddy's film. In fact, the animatronic looks the same as it did in the photo of young Vanessa that we saw in the prequel. Vanessa remembers when her father was building Spring Bonnie. For a moment, you can see the bunny's eyes in the animatronic, but the rest of the face hasn't been attached yet. Popcorn buckets themed after blockbuster movies are getting out of hand, and the one for Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is the best example. It's designed like a stage from the pizzeria, with the three animatronics in their toy forms and Balloon Boy along the bottom. There's a button underneath to trigger the action, and the sides are decorated with a vent hatch like in the game, plus a little paper pal from Pizzeria Simulator. And you're probably wondering, where on earth do you put the popcorn? The actual bucket is on the back, but what matters is the front and how packed with detail it is, although Toy Chica looks like she's seen some things. Mike goes to Henry Emily's house to look for more clues about William Afton and what happened at the pizzeria, and he takes a newspaper clipping that's a public tribute to him. The field of animatronics owes much to the singular devotion and groundbreaking work of William Afton. His pioneering vision of merging technology with entertainment through animatronic robots not only provides a fun experience for children, but also serves as a form of companionship. In this clipping, it says that William Afton created the animatronics and is a renowned figure, something that's only partly true, because Henry was his partner, but he ended up being sidelined and got no recognition for what he created. Last on the list is Edwin Murray, the creator of the Mimic and the forerunner of all the animatronics, whom both Henry and William used and discarded like a used tissue. From the first trailer to the second, something in the pizzeria has changed. If you look at the sign of the entrance to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, it's different from the one that showed up in the first trailer. Freddy has his hand pointing forward, with Toy Chica to one side and Bonnie to the other. In the movie's first trailer, the sign had Freddy winking, with Toy Chica and Toy Bonnie facing more front on. Even the time the final Five Nights at Freddy's 2 trailer dropped is a nod to the games. Universal released a video at 6 a.m. UTC+0, the exact hour when a shift ends in the Five Nights at Freddy's games and the moment the player is safe. In one shot, you can see Mike holding a flyer announcing the grand opening of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Look closely, and you'll see a long number next to the street name, 12525. That's a reference to the film's official theatrical release date, December 5th, 2025. It seems that one of the FNAF 2 animatronics will meet a fatal fate in the movie. In the scene where Withered Chica is walking toward the camera with Withered Freddy behind her, you can spot Balloon Boy's decapitated head in the lower left corner. Although it's unknown how it happened, one thing's for sure, he totally deserved it. This annoying animatronic finally gets what he deserves after making our lives miserable in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Pay attention, because this scene reveals one of the most important characters in FNAF 2. This girl here is Charlotte Emily, daughter of Henry Emily, who will later become the Puppet. The fact that she's holding a child is key, since one of the lines at the end of FNAF 6 goes like this.
I'm sorry that on that day, the day you were shut out and left to die, no one was there to lift you up into their arms, the way you lifted others into yours.
This line tells us that Charlotte was already ready to help other children, but when she was attacked, sadly no one was there to help her, which led to her murdered and to her spirit merging with a puppet animatronic. As a little detail, if you look at her outfit, her shirt sleeves have the same pattern as the puppet's arms. In another shot of the trailer, you can read a letter from Charlotte addressed to her father. In it, she thanks him for the birthday present he gave her, but says she's sad he can't be with her that day. It's likely that was the last time Henry knew anything about his daughter while she was alive. But who is the boy Charlotte Emily is holding out in front of the whole pizzeria? The most likely theory is that he's Sammy Emily, Charlotte's twin brother. According to the novel, The Silver Eyes, he was kidnapped in the back room of Fredbear's family diner by the Yellow Rabbit, and he's never heard from again. In the movie, he could have met a different fate, and judging by how he looks, his sister Emily might have managed to save him before he was kidnapped by the Yellow Rabbit or attacked by an animatronic. At first glance, he's not easy to recognize, but one of the most famous FNAF YouTubers appears in the movie, MatPat, the former host of The Game Theorist, who crafted hundreds of theories during FNAF's golden era. In Five Nights at Freddy's 2, he plays Toy Bonnie. Other voice actors have also been confirmed. Kellen Goff, who has voiced Glamrock Freddy, among others, as the voice of Toy Freddy, and Megan Fox bringing Toy Chica to life. There's a very curious detail in the promotion for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. It'll have two different posters. In the first, you can see the number 2 with the toy animatronics peeking through. Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, Mangle, and Toy Freddy. In other versions of the poster, the 2 remains, but the toy animatronics are replaced with the withered ones. Withered Bonnie, Withered Chica, Withered Freddy, and Withered Foxy. The fun part is that you won't know which poster the theater has chosen for the screening until you get there. Which one do you prefer? Keep discovering more secrets in these Five Nights at Freddy's videos we're leaving right here. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next. Cheers, and see you next time!